Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So we're doing weekly shop my stashes like I said last week. So it's been 7 days, so I think we would be able to keep, especially these in. I might keep some of these in. I think maybe we should start here then. So this MAC Soft and Gentle is Project Pan, so that's not going anywhere. This Hourglass palette, I use this more than anything. That one can go back in the collection, and maybe we'll pull out another palette or maybe not. This L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Blush in Confident Pink. I only wore it once. I don't know if I'm going to be leaving it in, but let's keep it in. I do want to at least bring in one pink blush. So we'll leave that to the side for now. And I don't know if I use this. We'll leave that in as well for now. So that is the Simpsons Super Dewy Blush. I'm going to be leaving the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Tan Lines in because, like, you can see it even there. There's hardly any there. So we'll keep that in. The Hydra Bright Peach. I'm still not 100% sure on what I want to do with this. It can go back though for now. I don't think I even used this, so the Super Dewy Liquid Blush, we'll keep that one in. I didn't use this, so the Hourglass can stay in. Right, so the Hourglass can stay in because that's pink, and we'll put the Infallible one back because I did use it one time. Right, so Louise bought me this from Aldi. Or was it Lidl? I'm sure it was Aldi. So anyway, it's wherever they sell Lacura. I've used it once in a live. So it's Lacura Sweet Blusher. I think it's in Orchid Pink. Yeah, Orchid Pink. It's a really nice, I don't know what's going on with the camera. It's a really nice blusher, like rosy pink blush. So I'm going to keep that in because I've only used it once. I have used this. I used this a couple of times when I didn't want to wear bronzer. I think I'll put it back. It's in the shade Darling Peach. So that one's going back as well. I didn't use that. This has been in now for a while. It needs to be used. I need to figure out if I want to keep it or not. So the Revolution Luster Blusher. I think I used it once. I don't know what to do with that. Don't know whether to keep it in one more time because I am going to be pulling an orange leaning palette out. So we'll leave that in as well. This Too Faced highlighter can go back. Really like that. Used that a couple of times. And this Papadone Peach isn't going anywhere, so that one can go back as well. I really liked using this highlighter. I think I only used it once or twice. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. Shade is Blossom Glow. We'll put that back, and we'll also put the Laura Geller one back. I thought I was going to be decluttering it, but I really like the way it looks. So it's the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Peach Glow. That one's going back. So at the moment it's all these here that are going back. And oh, actually no, there's some staining, isn't there? Quite a lot of staining, so I need to be very mindful. So we've got a pink blush, an orange blush. I might just bring in a face palette as well because it's only for a week, so I might just do that. Right, and then we've got another pink cream blush here. We've got all these lip liners. Oh, we need to pull this out. This Shop Me Say No Pore Face Primer. That one's going back. Then we've got the Made by Mitchell in Pink Drink. That one can go back. These are all really essentials. Yeah, they're essentials. They're staying. Right, and then is there anything here that can go back? I don't think so. This concealer here is my Project Pan concealer. This concealer will stay in. I won't pull any other concealer until that's all done. So that's that. Then we've got all the palettes that I need to be ranking. I need to do an eyeshadow palette ranking either today or tomorrow. So that's that there. And then this is just I need to clean it out really and just put my project pan stuff in there. Oh yeah, eyeshadow palettes, hang on. Right, so they're in here. So I use this Build Your Own palette with my Makeup Geek singles. I use this a little bit. That just stays in there, so I know to use it. And I use this. So this is my magnetic pan full of pastel roses. I think there's a Titmouse Cosmetics shade in there as well. And there's another, like that pink shade there. That pink shade up at the top there is a Glam Shop. Then we've also got the blusher and the highlighters from a Deck of Scarlet palette, and then some Colourpop singles at the bottom. Now, because I've not used a lot of shades from this palette, it's going to stay in another week, possibly 2 weeks. I've used this one here, Marope. I don't know, I don't think it's in date. It went all patchy on the eye. I think at some point I need to try it without glitter glue, or the glitter glue that I'm using, and see if it does the same thing. Now, if it does the same thing, I might use that as like nail polish powder. I don't want to throw it out. It costs £15. And did I use anything else? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I guess I would have to actually have a look at the lives, or if you guys can remember, leave it in the comments. So that's those 2 palettes there. And then we use this big massive P. Louise palette. Just let me put all this light blushes away and I'll show you, just in case you didn't watch last week's Shop My Stash video. Right, so this is the P. Louise Blend Away palette, and I used pretty much most of it. So you can see where I dipped into all the shimmers here. Was there one shimmer that I didn't use? Hang on, let me look. No, I think for the most part I did use it. So I'll be doing a review on this and obviously ranking it in the video. I'm not too sure how many palettes we've got now. So let's see. So 1 being the Blend Away. I might even do this today, you know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9. We've got 9 palettes. If I leave it till next week, I'm going to pull 2 palettes out this week, 2 small palettes. If I leave it till next week, we'll have 11, and I don't really want to be ranking 11. So after the live today, I might do an early live, and then after that, I might do the ranking video. So I'll be doing that as longer form content. I won't be doing it as a live. And yeah, I can tell you my thoughts on it. So that's that. 9 palettes in total. Right, so let's talk about foundations that I used. So let me get them out. Right, so 2 of these are Project Pan. This one, Maybelline Dream Urban Cover in the shade 095 Fair Porcelain, is Project Pan. So this is just my normal 24 in 2024 rolling style Project Pan. I can't see any windows yet, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot in there, so we're going to keep that in. Then we got the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is the That's Expensive Project Pan. I want to finish this off before I bring any others in, and then I like to at least get one out of the collection. I thought that I might be passing this on to my niece, but I really did like it. I like the finish. I only used it a few times, but like I said, I liked it. So that'll go back in the collection, and I'll pull something different out for this week. Right, so we haven't got a lot, well, there's her there. We haven't got a lot of foundations. We've got skin tints as well, so just bear that in mind. Let me get that hair out. So these are the concealers. We haven't got a lot of concealers, even though this is supposed to be a concealer, but I use it more as a brightener for like under the eyes. And then we've got the Becca under eye brightener as well. So those 2 aren't concealers, although I could use that as a concealer, and I've also used it as a skin tint before now. But let's just say we've just got those 3 there. Okay, so do I want to use a foundation or a skin tint. I feel like a skin tint for this go around. What do I want to use? Well, we've used Jacqueline recently. I'm not really too sure how I feel about this one. Naomi bought me this a while ago. So it's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. Yeah, let's bring that in. And I don't really have overly too many skin tints either, do I? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I call this a skin tint. 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? 8 skin tints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foundations. So I've got enough. I don't think I'm going to run out by November, but I feel like come November, there won't be a lot going on here. We've got the foundation. I don't need a glowy primer because I'm working my way through this. It's just a glow stick by New Look, so I don't need another one of those. We do need a pore minimising primer, so look at it, it's a right state. There's that much crap in here. It's absolutely unreal. Where's my e.l.f. one? Here we go. So we'll pull the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer in. I've not used it for ages. I don't need a glowy one because, like I said, we're already using that glow stick and I want to use it up. So I don't think there's anything else from here. Actually, this powder needs to go back. This number 7 translucent perfect light loose powder. I enjoyed using it. Let's pull a different one out. Part of me feels like pulling this one out. I don't think I like it. We're going to do 2 then. We'll pull that one out and maybe do a pressed powder. So we'll pull the Rimmel Stay Matte. I used to love this under the eyes, so I'll see if I still do. And like put this in the rest of the face. If I don't like it, I'll pass it on to someone. Because I don't need to be keeping stuff that I don't like, do I? So that's the drawer. That's everything. Right, this one needs to go in the back, doesn't it? Okay. So if I don't like that peach powder by Rimmel, I might pull this one in by Fenty. Or even this one in by Revolution. I might try that instead because I don't think I've tried that under the eyes. Yeah, we'll try the Revolution. What's it called? Bacon Blotting Banana. So we'll try that as well. And then, yeah, I just think I'm done, guys. So now I'll get the eyeshadow palettes. I've already picked out my eyeshadow palettes, but I'll get them and I'll show you what we're going to be using. Let's just actually put all this away first. Right, so we've got 2 palettes here, and obviously the one with all the singles in as well. So we've got the Juvia's Place, the Bronzed Rustic, which just looks like that. It looks really, really nice. And then I got this last Black Friday for Christmas for myself. Yeah, I think I got this one. I struggle to remember because my mum got me some and I got some, but I'm sure I got this. So it's the P. Louise Vacation. It's full of oranges, you know, really, really perfect for this time of year. So we need to make sure I've got enough orange blush, which works out perfectly because there's some orange blushes that I need to be testing to see if I want to keep them around the collection. So that's that. Right, so these are the orange blushes. Or like peach orange blushes. So I want to bring some in that I'm really not sure about, like these Essence ones. So I think that one would work quite well. Either that one or that one. I think maybe that one would work well with the blush that Louise bought for me. So that one is in copper tone. So we'll bring that one in. So that one's Declutter Chopping Block. So's this. Right, we'll put that there. I just don't want to bring too many in, guys. And I said I was going to try that this week, but I'm not. I do want to try this. I don't think it's chopping block or anything like that. I've not had it that long. Karen kindly gifted it to me. So we'll bring in the Benefit Butterfly, and then I want to bring in a palette. But let me see if I want to bring in any pinks. Let me have a look at those palettes again. Sorry, I didn't need to go and look at them again. So the eyeshadows are bronzes and oranges. So really all we need to bring in then are orange tone blushes and peach tone blushes. So I'm going to avoid the pinks. I've got a couple of pink ones in case I want to use a different palette. So I'm not going to bring any more in. But what have we got for oranges? What's that? Oh, that's the Zoeva one. I mean, I feel like I've got enough single blushes. I don't feel like I should be fetching anything else out. No, so I won't bring a single bronzer out either. So let's go down to the palettes. Right, so the palette I want to use is this one. So this one is Chloe's. I'll show you what it looks like when we get to my vanity. And then I was thinking about bringing this one out as well, but it's got pinks in it. I don't want any more pinks. There are some highlighter palettes here. Oh, I've not used this in ages. Let's fetch her out. And then maybe a couple of highlighters as well, just over here. I'm thinking about decluttering that. Let's fetch that out. And then maybe one more. Yeah, I've not wore this one in a while. Let's use the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme in the shade Diamond Glow. And I think that's it. Because you're getting a highlighter in the Chloe palette, and we're getting 4 highlighters in the Huda Beauty palette as well. So that's more than enough for a week, I would say. Would you? It's definitely a lot less than I'm used to bringing in. So let's just go over to the vanity and put these things away. I'll do some swatches for you actually. I'll do some swatches and show you what I'm going to be using. I'm not going to do them in the eyeshadow palettes. Or should I? Maybe, because they're only small palettes. Maybe I will. So let me show you the face products first. Right, so we're going to swatch this one first. So let me open it up and show you. Isn't that pretty? The bronzer's beautiful, the highlighters. The blushes, I never much care for them, but definitely the bronzer and the highlighter. Let's have a look at these blushes. Okay, so I've done it a little bit different how I do the swatches. So I've done it highlighter, bronzer, this blush, and then this blush. So let me show you, and then I'll tell you the names of them. So that's what they look like. So the highlighter is one of their soft focus highlighter, and it's called Glow Up. The bronzer is Cocoa Bronze, and it's a satin matte bronzer. Then I went over to Fierce, which is a radiant blush. And then I went over to Fabulosity, which is a radiant blush. So that first one there's Fierce, and then that other one is Fabulosity. They're more kind of like peach orange leaning, and that's probably why I'm not gravitating towards the palette, but I really do like that highlighter and bronzer. So that's that one. Now we'll do this beautiful Huda Beauty one, which is a dupe for my Dior one that I've got, but I do actually prefer this. The only thing is this one is a little bit more powdery. Right, so this is what it looks like. You can see it's had plenty of use. So I'm going to do that one, that one, that one, and that one. So just hold on a second. Okay, so let me show them on the arm. So that's how they look going all the way up the arm. The only one I can't wear is that like brown one there. This one. I think it would make a really nice glowy bronze though over a completely matte bronze. I might try that, but not this time because I don't have a matte bronzer in my Shop My Stash this go around. They're radiant, aren't they? So, what did it say it was, that bronzer? Satin matte. So not radiant, but also not really that matte. I don't think it will be. Right, so now we've got these. So I'm going to take the swatches off that I've got on my wrist. And then we're going to do the blushes first. And then we'll do the highlighters. Okay, so you can see just how bright orange it is. It's more like a tangerine orange. So it's the Revolution XX Retro Blush. And you can see it's barely been used. I bought this when I was really heavily into orange. It's really pigmented. So that's the Revolution one. It really is pigmented. I just don't know if I need to keep it around the collection, especially as I'm not that much into oranges these days. Then we've got the Benefit Butterfly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will keep some orange peach blushes, but I don't feel like I need to keep as much as what I've got. Let me open it up. And again, this one's quite pigmented. The only difference with this is it does have shimmer in it, which is more my cup of tea than a complete matte blush. I don't like complete matte blushes, and I know you can make them more dewy, like doing the Patrick Tar method by putting a blush on top, but to me I do that method, but it doesn't make sense because that's gonna wear away, and sometimes if you do that method, it can also make your blush look patchy. Anyway, let's give this one a swatch. Right, so if it's a choice between this and this, I'll keep this because I like the swatch more. It's not as pigmented, but can you see the shimmer in that blush? I love that. I'm going to be trying them on if I can. If one of them doesn't get used, I'll roll it over to the next week. I'm not really bothered about that. But yeah, I'm going to be trying as many of these products that I can. I'm giving you my thoughts on them next week. So that's the two blushes. And then we've got this one here. I pulled this one in because I've got a new cream blush that Louise bought for me. Very, very kindly bought for me. And I want to use this with it. Yeah, it's very rosy. I think it would go with it. So that one's called Copper Tone. So that's all the blushes. Plus, obviously, the face palette. So let me put them away. And then we'll swatch those highlighters. So it's definitely not as full as it is normally. It's getting there though. I don't know if all these highlighters are going to fit. Oh, I've only got two singles. So we've got the Model Zone. What is it called? I can't see it. Why don't they just put it on Golden Sand or one? And I'm always thinking about getting rid of this, but I never seem to be able to do it. So if I really don't like it, I mean, from memory it is quite chunky and I don't know if the shade's right. If I really don't like it, I'm just going to declutter it. So it's like a pink toned one, so that's that one there. I do feel it's a tiny bit dark, but I feel like blended in really, really nicely. I'd probably be able to get away with it. So that's that one. And then we've got the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme, and this is more white. So let me do a swatch of that. Now you can see how much I like this, because just look at the dent there. I don't know how deep the pan is, but it wouldn't surprise me if I used it a lot. I would hit pan. So that's that one, and that's that one there. So that one's more white, the other one's more pink based. So that's the two highlighters. Are they going to fit in the drawers? Now that's the question. Wait. If only one fits in, I'll probably keep in the Maybelline. No, they've all gone in, but it does look like I've got a lot in there, which to be fair I have, but a few of the products I want to test out. Let's get the eyeshadow palettes and I'll do some swatches on that, because I've got a feeling this video isn't that long, so I'll just get the palettes. Okay, so we've done the swatches. This is what they look like. The only thing I don't like with these P. Louise palettes, and the bigger palette was the same, you're not getting as much shimmers, so you're getting two, and it's an £8 palette. So it's 6 mattes, 2 shimmers. Could they not have at least given those 3 or 4? I mean, the shimmers that are in it are really, really pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like you need all those dark shades. You know, I mean, how similar are they? Those two there. So you've got the pale orange and then the one in the middle and then the one on the end, those browns, like brown leaning oranges. I don't think you needed both of them. So that's Pina Colada and Vitamin C. And then, yeah, this and this is different. So maybe keep those in, but at least give us one more shimmer by taking one of those out. That's my thoughts anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are, because we're all different, aren't we? You might be quite happy with only having 2 shimmers. And yeah, you can pull singles out, but why should you have to? If you're buying a palette, it's to use the eyeshadows that are in that palette. And we're only getting 2 choices, aren't we? In the shimmers. Anyway, that's that one. Let's now go over to the Juvia's Place, the Bronze Rustic. Are we getting more in this? No, it's just 2 in here as well, but there are only 6 mattes in here. Let's check out this palette. Okay, so I've swatched everything. So I've actually done shorts. They're not up yet, just before they actually had my fingerprints in them, so that's out of the way now. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I mean, they are so foiled and metallic. I'm not too sure I'm going to like this shade or this shade. They felt a bit rough in texture, but it might make a really nice, beautiful sunset eye. This shade and this shade I like, and obviously the shimmers here and here I like. So 4 out of 6 isn't too bad. Look out for some looks. There's going to be at least 2 looks going by the shimmers there. So 2 looks there. Probably 2 looks with the Vacation palette, and then probably do 2 or 3 looks with the singles palette I pulled out as well. So that will take us up to 7 days again. So the only thing I've not spoke to you about is face sprays. So I'm still going through this one, the Revolution Fix and Glow, but it's not Revolution Fix and Glow, it's Revolution Pore Minimizer Spray. There's not much left, I've just marked it. It's in Project Pan. We've also got the Technique Glow Setter. This one's been marked as well. So I'm using that. And then for face spray, I'm using the Sunkissed Skin Hydrating Face Mist. So for mascaras, I may as well talk you through them. I didn't think I'd still be using this, but I am. It's the 17 Another Level Volume Mascara. Holy Grail. I bought this one. This 17 one, and I didn't think it was, I thought it was dry, but I don't think it is. I just think that's the way mascaras are, because I swatched it on the back of my hand and it was swatching dry. So I'm going to continue to try and use it. I used it yesterday in a live with this one and it looked really, really nice. So the 17 Ultimate Curl, I think it is, Ultimate Lasting Curl Mascara, I've got those 2. Then I found this one in Primark. I also thought this one was dry, so this is why I feel like this is just the way mascaras are. So this one is Role Model, so it's one from the Primark PS Beauty line. So it says it cost £2.50 there. It didn't, it only cost £1. That's why I got it in the first place. And then we've got this one that Francis kindly sent to me. Even this one does it. Like, I put the wand on the back of my hand just to compare, and this one does it as well. So this is from Prime Prometics. It's a very expensive mascara. It's in the shade brown. So this one is lengthening and volumizing. And then the last thing I've got, it's not really a mascara, but you can use it as a mascara. So we've got the Ciate Lash Chalk. It's in the shade red. It does have a name to it. It's called Giggle. So my friend Louise bought me that when we went charity shop shopping, which was fun. So I'm just putting all these back. So I've never had this many mascaras in at one time. There's 5 in total. Well, 4 plus that Ciate London Lash Chalk. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to try and use it quite a bit. This concludes the Shop My Stash, guys. I'm hoping that you like the swatches. Let me know if you like them or you're not bothered about them. If you're not bothered about them, I won't do it again. But if you like them, I'll try and do it in every Shop My Stash going forward. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video. It means so much to me. Share and comment. And I'll just give you an overview. So we've got some foundations here. then there's not really anything in here. Ranking palettes here that I want to talk to you about, give you my overall opinions, and then they can go away into my collection. Face products here, and then it's just everything else wherever I could put it. And then eyeshadow palettes go into this drawer here. So guys, that's my Shop My Stash for this week. Again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next week. Bye guys.